playing,
5.
it's playing our
Wow.
greatest. It's playing our greatest hits.
Greatest hit.
Awesome.
Last episode.
Okay, well, apparently A, it's playing a replay, and B, looks like audio's not working.
Oh, I'm hearing our audio now. I think it's coming from the.
Okay. Do you
Here we go.
remember, who am I thinking of? But that line, I can't believe I forgot who I'm thinking of. But you know that line was like anticipation.
Oh yeah, in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah, that's what just happened.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
right. Isn't the crowd is supposed to yell, "Say it" or something like that when that happens? Isn't that right? In Rocky Horror, it's like all of these like fan interactions that are like scripted out.
Yeah.
Right?
When you go to the theater to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. At my university, they show Rocky Horror every year at Halloween, and they hand out the little bags and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
It's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I swear, I think they did it maybe once a month in Atlanta at this like tiny theater close to the Majestic Diner.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just a field of queer people as far as the eye can see. And then at 4 a.m., the Majestic Diner is just filled.
Just filled.
Really
Yeah. Yeah, that's heaven. Okay, so should we do a quick recap of our last episode? Anybody want to give us a quick recap?
Stabbing, and now we have a child.
Yeah, that's it.
We adopted
when it
a
comes
child,
to when it comes to clerics, adopt, don't shop.
Yeah, you found a good one. You found the best one. You adopted a little girl named Adelaide. You also killed her brother. So,
I killed her brother.
Collectively, yeah. Dahlia definitely.
One of you did commit a political assassination.
Murder.
Yeah,
a murder.
A government official. He is
of an elected official.
I suppose it's assassination if he's an elected official instead of just a straight up murder.
Yeah. Maybe it's both. I don't know. Maybe it's both. I don't know. But yeah, you did that, and then you made it through the door. Yeah. So you're
Dr. Sip.
Yeah. Dr. Sip sort of covered your butt as you were leaving.
Yeah,
she did. She helped us out.
You didn't say goodbye to the bolus,
which would have been really good to do because now that we know Crumb apparently has a bolus side to him.
Bolus side.
I'm bolus. On my mother's side.
Bolus. Yeah. These are my grandfather's tentacles. I think you made a hasty escape and you didn't say goodbye to any of your buds. And
if we had said goodbye, we wouldn't have gotten to murder somebody.
Yeah.
And also they probably would have found out where we were going. So
yeah, I think you made the right call for sure. But yeah. And you walk through the door after Romeo, the kid mayor of Skate City, let you through, and then you killed him.
He wasn't a kid though.
Yeah, I thought he was like 20.
He was like a 20-something Chad, which is not a child.
Yeah.
He was old enough to know he was like.
That's fair. Yeah,
he's been held accountable.
It's not like he's 15 and
you're right.
Messing up.
I shouldn't give him a pass. You're right.
No.
You're right.
No pass for this dude.
Yeah, Romeo, the fully adult mayor of Skate City. and he was letting you through as you stole his sister, and then you threw a knife that hit him right
We
in.
were not stealing his
Yeah, we gotta be
sister.
really careful with the word choices here.
Well,
He wanted to go.
I'm the DM, and I make the rules, and I say that you committed a murder and you did a kidnapping. So
Yeah, but she said she wanted it.
yeah. What's that called?
So-
Stockholm syndrome? Is that what it's called?
No.
Is that right?
Which is not a real
Yeah.
thing.
Isn't it really?
Wait,
Is
it
that a
was in
real
that
thing?
James Bond movie though.
There's an
Oh.
article about it actually that I read. I have
But
to
it
send
was
to you. It's fascinating.
But
So
it was
anyway,
it was
yeah, it's not a
it
real
was in a James Bond movie, so it's got to
Yeah.
be real. It's got to be real.
God damn it.
It's got to be real.
Just
that's
like
how-
Judi Dench.
Yeah.
That's how we know she's real.
Yeah, until I saw those movies, I was like, yeah. Okay, so you got a kid, and she is much better with you than she was in her previous situations.
Yes.
And now you're on a train. The doorway took you out onto a train, and a sort of portly man in a vest came in, and he's got a little ticker in his hands, and he came up, and I didn't do a good job on the voice the last time, so I'm gonna do a better version this time. He says, "Give me your tickets."
Oh.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it this whole week, and this is sort of what I arrived at. So a lot of workshopping, a lot of time just spent with me in front of the mirror, just doing voices. This is give me your tickets, he says.
Is there a door behind us, or are we at like the caboose?
No, there's a door behind you. Yeah, you're just in a passage.
I run through that door.
He says, "No, wait."
I don't like authority.
Yeah, you go into the next car, and it's just like this one. Another passenger car. There are maybe two people sitting there, sort of far away from each other, just sort of minding their own business. Otherwise, it's pretty empty, pretty quiet. And this guy turns to Pri and Dahlia, who didn't run away, I guess.
No.
And says, "I don't know what the deal with that guy is, but can I see your tickets, please?"
He's got a bad case of anxiety. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, listen, we're on a train, so there's, he can't. There's
Where
only
can
so
I
far to go.
purchase them? From
You
you?
can't. No, I don't sell the tickets. I check the tickets. So let me see your tickets, please.
Well, this is awkward. It seems that I instead foolishly purchased the tickets for the subway and not the train, which may or may not be based on a true story. So I'm afraid we may have to buy those tickets upon arrival at the next station, if you're all right with that, my good sir. I'm so sorry. We're new to this place and clearly have made a little mistake. But
he says, "Oh, did you come through the doorway?"
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, of course. There'll be tickets in your pockets. Check your pockets. And I think Pri, you have Addie on your shoulders, right? Like sort of clinging on your back, monkey style.
Yoda.
Yoda style.
Yes.
You see like a little hand shoot, sort of like out over your shoulder, and she's got a ticket, and she says, "I found mine."
Good job, Addie. All right.
And this guy walks up and takes a look, and it's a little green ticket. It's got like it's maybe, I don't know, like maybe this big, not too big, and you can see it's got little. It's actually sort of quite beautiful. It's got like little leaf scroll work around the edges, and it just says "One passage from Skate City." And
I reach in my pocket?
Yeah, you find one. You find one.
You guys could save money if you printed less fancy tickets.
He says, "Oh, tell me about it. Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable.
Maybe give you a bigger salary or something."
Look, I've been telling the administration that we got to go paperless for so long. It's unbelievable."
Unbelievable, man. And she hands it over.
He ticks, or he like clips the ticket and hands it back to you. He punches it. Pri, are you looking for a ticket too? Yeah. He punches it, and he says, "Okay, do you want to get your furry friend, or do you want me to get him, or what?
No, I'll go talk to him.
Okay. Crumb, did you stop in this next car, or are you?
Where are you?
Are you just
He's
heading all the way back?
run to the caboose.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably don't run by this couple who are having a nice little,
Not a couple.
nice little.
Nope, not a couple. They're sitting far apart. One sort of up in the front left, one sort of in the back right. They're individuals. They're solo.
They could be fighting. I
Okay.
assume they're together if they're going to sit in this car
The
together.
same car.
Yeah, look, is this one of those moments where I have, off the top of my head, created two random people who don't have names, stats, backgrounds, or anything, and you're going to talk to and become deeply invested in both of them?
No.
Is that this situation? Because if
Maybe.
so, I'm going to start writing stuff down right now while you bullshit for a little while.
But
I just need to know where we're at.
all I wanted to say was that I slow my pace, but I keep walking. I'm being cool.
I'm getting my pen out and I'm going to write stuff down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Are you two going after him, or what's the?
Dahlia does. Dahlia goes through the door that he just went through, and I guess finds him because he's not going very fast.
Yeah.
But unlike him, she does not care about these two people who are sitting quietly.
Thank God. Yes.
And says, Crumb, get the fuck back over here.
Well, okay, let me remember who Crumb is real set.
Just center yourself.
Okay. Well, I don't like the cut of that guy's jib, if you know what I mean. I don't want him.
He's just a harmless worker, and you have a ticket in your pocket that he wants.
I have no ticket. I'll tell you that. I've never had a ticket.
Check.
I've
just check.
The guy that you're standing next to, one of the guys, says, "Just fucking check, man. Jesus."
Are they both dudes?
No, just one of them. Just one.
Okay, so
and then he goes back to reading his paper.
A lot of all this wasteful paper in this train. My goodness. So I pull out.
This is not a paperless.
Not a paperless society. No.
Look,
you saw all those trees. They got
That's
paper
fair.
coming
We got
out
a
there.
lot.
Yeah.
Sustainable paper forest.
That's right. Some old
Only
growth.
way to do it.
Some old growth paper that you've got. Yeah.
I got a real. Yeah. Okay. I find something in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Just give it to me, and I'll give it to him. You don't have to deal with him if you don't want to. I know you're like freaking out and stuff.
I like that idea. I like that idea. So I hand over
this,
the thing.
This found family dynamic is just it is good. It's just so good.
You have PTSD? I know you're freaking out.
You got to tell this man that we got to go to paperless tickets. I mean, this is just wasteful.
I did. And look
Tell him again.
Look at the scroll work on that. How much do you think they're like cutting out of this dude's paycheck just to make a shiny ticket?
You're gonna tell me this is first class, or is that the coach ticket? Is that economy? Are you kidding?
Is this economy?
The guy sitting reading his paper just goes, "God, tell me about it," and just keeps reading. He's just reading.
How friendly this world is.
Yeah.
Wasteful.
It's like the solidarity that you get when you're on public transportation.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it.
Maybe we can find a recycling bin when we get to the next place.
We'll have to. I'm going to grab that paper on the way out. Help it get on its way.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you bring this ticket back, or what's?
If I get it from Crumb, I take it back to the dude. Dude.
I get into one of the booths and I like peek over the top of it, like watch. I watch over the You
give it to him.
Real cool.
And he sees Crumb through the doorway.
Oh, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Don't look him in the eyes.
He says, I don't understand. This is weird. I just want to punch the ticket. He reaches out and he punches the ticket. He punches the ticket and he says, Look, we'll be at the destination soon. I'm just gonna go back up front and take my break. This is weird.
Tell him to go
Yeah.
paperless. Tell him to go paperless.
He wants you guys to go paperless.
He looks back and he goes, "I'll give you paperless," and then he walks to the front. He walks to the front of the train.
Told you not to look him in the eye.
Yeah. You hear him. He's like mumbling under his breath, and as he walks up and he goes, "Fucking weirdos, man. Fucking weirdos. I gotta get a new job."
Our guy doesn't get paid enough because of all these golden tickets.
Yeah, and then you're just on the train, and there's a little ticker, like a little sort of clock above the door that says, like 6 minutes until the next destination, and that sort of scrolls past, and then it says next destination, Lazy Lake.
Is this like a digital readout, or is it like a scroll that's like
It's a
on
scroll.
wheels?
So
Okay.
yeah, it's like on wheels. Yeah, that's right. It's not digital at all. Yeah, it's paper, Dan. It's
God,
paper.
This paper train. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, as you're sitting in the chair, you get the sense that it too is made out of paper.
Oh.
It's like wood. No, it's not. It's metal. I don't know. It's yeah. It's the whole train is paper mache.
Oh.
And you're the candy inside, my friends.
Ah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a metaphor for life.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, take that one.
This April 28th, 2020. We're the candy inside,
You're the candy inside the paper mache. Okay, so you got a little bit of time, and you leveled up last time. So so why don't we do that? We'll take a little bit of time here right away, and we'll do that. And then afterwards we can arrive at your destination.
Sweet.
Who wants to start? I think Lyndon and Farah, you are both going to do that on stream, and then I think Dan, you did it off stream, right? So whoever wants to start, just tell us
how to
tell
do
us
it.
what you did. Okay. Yeah, so let's somebody tell Lyndon how to do it.
So you get out your player handbook.
Yeah, I can go get my player handbook if you want.
And you go to the rogue section, right? You're a rogue?
Yes.
Tiefling rogue.
Stabby rogue.
I'm pretty sure it's only like class oriented. Like, so
yeah.
I don't think
the race has any effect on it.
Yeah. I think you got your initial like racial bonuses, and then after that it's like whatever.
Yeah, that's
right.
And
it should have a table that tells you kind of like what each level means for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's find that on the internet.
I can't. I'm on the other computer. It's not as high def on the old webcam.
Yeah, Dan, do you just want to read it for Lyndon?
Well,
or Lyndon,
sure.
do you have it on the? Otherwise, I can find it for you on the internet as well. I only brought my monster manual in because that's the only one I thought I would need.
Yeah, shows you. Looks like at second level, you get cunning action.
Cool. Do I get any bonuses to my stats, or is just cunning action a thing I get to do?
You get an additional hit dice.
Cool.
Nice.
And you can either every time you level up, you get more hit points. So you can either roll 1d8 and take what you get plus your Constitution modifier, or you can veer on the side of safety and take 5 plus your Constitution modifier. So it depends.
I'll take 5.
Okay.
And then what's your Constitution modifier, Lyndon?
I don't have one, so we're just going with 5.
It's a 0. What's your Constitution? Is it 10 or 11 or something?
It's 15 actually, but I don't have a modifier.
You should have a 2, right?
Yeah, +2. Yeah.
+2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To my Constitution.
So your Constitution modifier is +2. Your Constitution is 15. So I think the way modifiers work is it's like every 2 above 10, you get +1 to your modifier. So 11 or 12 is a +1, 13 and 14 is +2, right? 15 and 16. So should it be a +3 or a +2?
It's 2 because I have 15
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. So then you would get 7 additional hit points.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Okay, cool.
then, do you want to know what cunning action is, or do you want to Google that?
I can Google it.
Okay.
Cool. By the way, do we have anybody in the chat right now? Or are we just talking to
have-
ourselves?
You crumb bum, some user. Oh, that's me.
That's you.
If you want a real personal touch, happy to chat with you. Anytime you show up, anytime you want to view the stream,
Mm-hmm.
maybe if you're watching this, the future
Yep.
on reruns,
You've always got Crumb in there.
there's always crumb.
Yeah. Is it just you? Otherwise, I'll put out a call for some NPC names.
That's all that my screen says. I don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't know
Well,
if that's accurate.
I
or
won't
what.
then. I won't then. We've got a big late night crowd who I think
It's
comes
true.
along
Yeah.
and watches the stream later at night. So, okay, good. So then, Farrah, do you want to do your leveling up now?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm on D&D Beyond, which is where I've been using the character sheet because I had no idea how to do it like manually.
That's a great website. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been super convenient. So there's a little place with a drop-down menu when you go to your character profile, and it says conveniently level 1, and then you drop it down, and now I moved it to level 2. So I also have my player's handbook. So it looks
Nice.
like they're pretty much equal. So it looks like when you as a paladin go to level 2, you pick a fighting style.
You get
Cool.
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, which is
Cool.
great. So looks like the different fighting styles are pretty neat. I'm not quite sure. It doesn't have a description, but it's defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, and protection. So oh, cool. There's actually a description in the book. So if you choose defense, you get a +1 bonus to your AC. If you're dueling, you get to, when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls. Great weapon is when you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you're wielding. You can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. And then protection, when a creature you see attacks a target other than you, that's within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You have to be wielding a shield.
So this is sort of an opportunity to think about like which direction your paladin is gonna maybe move into, what kind of fighter you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And do you have thoughts? You can also, if you want, you can sort of think about it. I don't think this is going to be a particularly fighty episode, and so if you want to think about it, we could come back to it next week if you want to.
Yeah. I'm kind of stuck between dueling and protection. I think both kind of go with her, and I'm leaning towards protection. But if you guys also have thoughts, please let me know.
That's one that I was sort of thinking of for pre. It seems sort of most in line with your character's personality and yeah. But it's up to you. Yeah, whatever you want to do is cool.
Okay, I'll probably lean towards that then.
Okay, cool. And then does that pull down menu, does that sort of roll your hit die and everything, or your hit point additions?
I imagine it does.
I'm sure it probably does.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. There's also like spellcasting and all this other stuff that pops up. So it looks like I think it auto hit points. Yeah, I think it auto.
Yeah, are you like up in the teens now?
Says hit points. Was it max hit points 20? No, that's not it, right?
Could be
20.
Yeah, it says max hit
Could
points
be
20 and hit die is 2d10. I don't know if that's.
Yep, that sounds right.
So.
Plus your Constitution modifier twice.
Yeah.
So my Constitution modifier before, I don't know if that's a good way to look at it, but it was +2.
Yeah, that seems 14, right.
So
cool. Yeah. Okay, great.
Huzzah!
Okay, and then Dan, for Crumb, you did this already, right? So
yeah, Farrah's going to get some spells also for pre.
Oh yeah. Do you want to tell us what you're getting, or maybe just the highlights?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the different. Is it divine? Dan, it's like divine smite. It's just divine smite, right?
You get that, and then you get 2 spells.
Oh,
2 first level
What?
spells. Uh-huh.
divine
Nice.
smite plus. Okay. All right.
So in the manual, I think there's a
This
list
is
of
good.
all the paladin spells.
And I really should have brought my player's handbook in here.
On page
Should have brought it
208.
with me on the train.
Oh, spells listing. So things like aid, aura of life, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so anything on first level, you get 2 of those.
Do you know what page that is?
208.
Wait.
208. Holy frickin' moly. Paladins. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like 10, 12 different spell choices. Well, I was going to do Cure Wounds, but apparently we got that covered for quite a bit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you'll just have to think about whether or not you want to bring Addie into battle with you.
A child?
It's up
A
to you.
child into battle?
It's up to you. I mean, in a way, every time you fight, you're bringing at least a couple children into battle with you, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's
No.
up, it's up to you.
What do you say?
3? Yeah.
um, but yeah, so you can either pick those now if you want. You can pick 2 of them.
okay. But,
Is that
but-
right?
Yeah.
Or
second
or you can
two.
wait. Yeah, if you want to really look through 'em and think about them.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do
Yeah.
that so as not to waste any time.
Yeah, either way's cool. Either way's cool.
Cool.
Okay, and then Dan, what did we get for Crumb?
Yeah, so I went ahead and did this ahead of time because I knew I was getting spells, and
Yeah, you got a bunch of spells. Yeah.
in case you couldn't tell, I don't know very much about casting spells. By my previous rounds in this game, I finally found out what my spell save DC is, by the way. It was
Nice.
12. It was
Okay,
12.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, we guessed right.
Yep. So I gave myself, I just went with the stock hit point. I took the 5. Just want to be safe with it. I'm too
Cool.
low a level to really handle just getting a 1 on a roll. That would suck.
Yeah.
And then I get, where is it? I get 2 Eldritch Invocations, which are just
Ooh.
Oh dear.
just bumping up my warlock prowess.
Mm-hmm.
And so I chose 2 that make one of my spells stronger. So I have a spell that it's called a cantrip, and so I can cast it over and over again without running out of opportunities to cast it or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I bumped that up so that it not only does more damage, it also can blast a person 10 feet back.
Whoa.
So if we
Okay.
fight on top of this train, you know what's going to happen.
That's actually very convenient and very in line with your character. I love
Yep.
it.
I just want
Look.
to keep people away from me so I don't have to hurt them
More.
to the ultimate level of final hurt.
Yeah.
And then I got one new spell. It's called Hellish Rebuke.
What?
Okay,
What does
good.
that do?
Hellish Rebuke. If someone strikes me as a reaction, I can I can basically make them burst into flames if they do damage to me.
Okay then.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So don't do it.
Yeah, so basically your whole thing right now is really leaning into this social distancing.
Please don't touch me. Please don't touch me.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So you've each leveled up, but each of you also, I'm imagining that maybe in the last couple minutes, you sort of take seats and you're sort of waiting to arrive at Lazy Lake. And as you're sitting down, sorry, I drank my water and it went down the wrong pipe.
Oh gosh.
Each of you sort of has a strange feeling come over you, and you suddenly remember something else from your previous life.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're little fragments of memories like the ones that you already have, which I think some of you have talked about, but not all of you have talked about.
Yeah.
And so here's what you each get.
Are we all going
Um,
to hear each other's memories?
yeah, I guess so. I
Or
guess so.
you gonna
It's
private chat them?
I guess I could private chat him, but it's less fun for the audience because I think the audience won't see. So we could have like, why don't we do this? So Farah and Dan, if you take your headphones off, will
Yeah,
you be able to
I can
hear
be able
us?
to hear.
Okay. All right. So why don't you take your headphones off?
Ooh, interesting.
Do you want to do a hand wave when you're
Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this when it's done.
love
Okay.
it?
Okay. All right. Dahlia, you have the sudden memory of opening a door, like a front door, and finding a man standing there who had been knocking, who's wearing a black robe with a little sigil on the chest that just has the letters NG.
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 Okay.
You don't have any memory of the conversation or anything like that. And you don't like immediately know who he is or remember him, but you have
Mhm.
this memory of like opening a door, maybe a front door, and there he is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Hmm.
Whatever that was, it looked like a really good secret.
It was very good. Okay. So we'll do crumbs next. So sorry, I guess Farah, you didn't have to put your headphones back in.
That's fine.
Sorry.
Fine.
And Lyndon, do you want to take yours out too?
Yeah, they're out.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. So Crumb, you have this memory of being in some sort of like kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And you're standing at this old, sort of scarred high table, and you're mixing bird food in this big
You said bird
this
food, right?
bird food. Yeah,
Okay.
bird food. Yeah, food for birds.
Okay.
In this big metal bowl. And you're sort of mixing this up, and you hear someone singing, and this person comes into the room, and just as you look up, the memory sort of fades, but you hear somebody singing.
Any indication of what kind of voice, or do I just know there's somebody singing over there?
Somebody singing who's coming into the room, and the voice sounds familiar to you. You can't place it. You're not sure exactly whose it is. It's a woman's voice.
Okay.
It's a female voice, but it's familiar enough, but you can't place it. Okay.
Okay. Got it.
All right. So I'll have you take yours off, and then, yep.
Sweet.
Okay. Pre, your memory is standing in a room looking at an old halfling woman who is sitting at a desk, this big wooden desk that is sort of strewn with papers. And she is saying to you, we have to find a place to hide them. And that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you can come back in. You can come back in. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you all have these memories that you get.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to do anything with it, or you
Dolly
certainly don't
just
have
kind
to?
of sits down where she is. Like,
It,
it doesn't say anything.
does anybody have any like sunflower seeds or something? I'm I'm fiending for some sort of like seed. It's kind of snackums kind of thing.
What are
Anybody?
you, a bird?
Uh, no comment. All right. We're gonna go to the snack car after this. What I want to know is, did you guys feel that?
What, you mean the weird memory thing?
Yes. Yes.
I'm a bit nauseous from the train. I'm not really familiar with this. I don't like this.
Yeah, it was like something just kind of hit me. It was like a dream, but I was awake.
I feel the same way. What do you think that was?
What did you see?
Uh, a woman.
Oh no, I saw a man. It was
Oh,
different.
I saw a
right.
bunch of seeds in a bowl and I was mixing them and it was like good stuff.
So you remember being a cook?
Well, I wouldn't say I was a cook, okay? I mean, it was obviously like, for the birds, obviously. I sampled, make sure the mixture was on.
I'm not
Just
sure
take
if
it.
we'll find anything like
Little
that
taste.
on this train. I'm very sorry to say, but yes, no, I dreamt of a woman, and she was telling me I had to hide them, but beyond that, I don't know who she was or
Hide them
what my
what?
relationship was. I wish I knew.
Hmm.
I don't understand. It's like the longer that we stay here, the more memories we gain. I'm not quite sure what's
Yeah,
happening.
not like I had that many to begin with.
I'm relieved to tell you the truth. I was, when I start to get a little foggy, it's, I don't think it's going to end well, but I feel pretty
Yeah,
good.
what's up with that?
I got,
One of these days we're gonna have to talk about that, man. Not right now, but one of these days.
Are
you
you?
ever, huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I don't. Doll, you ever feel like, you just wake up and you feel like you just gotta like apologize to everyone?
No, I've never felt like that in my life.
Oh, okay, never mind then. That's neither have I.
Yeah, me neither. Totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Are you all having this conversation in the car that was empty, or are you sitting in the car with the two people?
Well, I went back. I assume I followed after that no good Nick left with his.
Yes, we're in the OG car.
Okay.
The OG
Okay.
car.
Cool. Why don't you all roll a perception check? You got about 2 minutes left, I think, before the train gets to its destination.
Oh wow, I rolled a natural 20. I can see the
Oh, shit.
future.
Okay. Let me just hold up my notes here, and you can.
Wee, 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 wee.
Okay. So Dahlia got a 20 and sees
Mhm.
into everyone's souls.
Cool.
It's
Uh,
your wisdom? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wisdom?
Yep.
Okay.
Wisdom modifier. Yeah.
So apparently, good to know, D&D Beyond does not change your stats.
Oh,
So I'm just gonna go with my old stats, and then we can figure that out at some point.
great. Yeah.
So it was 14.
I think you have to you move from level 1 to level 2 because this is where I have Dahlia's character sheet too.
Mm.
You have to edit levels, and then
Oh,
it updates your HP for you. And
Yeah, so it says
interesting.
level
Okay.
2 now, but for some
But
reason
it didn't change any of your.
my constitution is the same, my strength
Hmm.
is the
So
same.
yeah, I don't think you got
oh
any.
yeah, all of my stuff
stats.
is this. Yeah, all of my stuff's the same too. So
That's
I don't
late. I
know.
think that's like level
besides HP.
5.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think that stuff will change right now.
Cool.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
So
Yeah.
good. It did what it
Yay.
was supposed to.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so
14.
14 and
14.
okay, so 2 14s and a 20. Okay, so I think Pre and Crumb, you're having this conversation and you just notice some movement at the door behind you.
How do we
leading
notice
to the
something that's behind us?
I think maybe just like a change in light or something like that. Just you have the sense that like something is moving back there or something is shifting around.
Mhm.
Pre, I think, or not Pre, Dahlia, I think probably you're like maybe facing backwards, talking
Mhm.
to Crumb and Pre, and you see one of those two people who, again, until this episode, didn't exist, and this wouldn't happen if it hadn't been for Crumb. So I
Yeah,
just want you
why'd
to
you
know
do that, Josh?
this is a natural consequence.
Mhm.
I'm trying to teach
Darn.
my 3-year-old daughter about natural consequences, and
Uh-huh.
now I'm teaching you,
It's a
Crumb.
bit late for me.
Dahlia, I think you see one of those two people. Not the guy who was sort of sitting there reading his newspaper, but the other person who's
Mhm.
an orc woman. She had been sort of standing by the door, and as soon as you start talking about your memories and you share a little bit, she walks back into her train car. Okay.
I guess maybe we should bite our tongues for now, because I mean, randos. And she kind of points back to the other train with people.
Randos. guys.
Randos.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Were they listening in?
Yeah, looked like it.
They look mad at all.
No, I don't think so.
Should we confront them?
I don't know. I mean, we were the one talking about shit out loud. It's our fault.
This is fair.
Hmm.
All right. Well, perhaps.
I
we
mean,
should
maybe
just-
she'll come back and she'll be angry and you'll have to like bench press an orc lady. That's just how it's gonna have to be, I guess.
Just like
I'm okay with that.
just an average Tuesday for you.
It's a day ending in Y.
It's usually my Wednesday squat days. So
Yeah.
Leg
where's
day.
the food car?
Food
You're not
cart.
sure.
Not
Now
sure.
that's a good question.
Let's
The,
go find that.
that ticket taker guy walked ahead.
Ticket man.
Yeah, ticket taker man. His name is Ticket Taker Man. Yep.
Sweet.
His name is Jim Ticket Taker Man.
Love him.
Yeah, he walked ahead. So he's up there if you want to ask him. Otherwise, you could search back for it. It's up to you.
We
Um,
ain't
and I think-
What car number are we in? Let's use our brains.
Yeah, right next to the little information sign that's showing how long until you get to Lazy Lake. There's a number 4.
Number 4.
Yep.
So we might be right in the middle. So let's go to the back. I'm going backwards.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
You
Cool.
okay? Yeah. I think from your shoulder, Addie says, "I am very hungry."
Yes, I'm on it. Let's do it. Should
Okay.
we perhaps split up or?
Dolly's already walking into the next
Oh,
back.
come on.
sure. Oh, all right. Well, all right.
Dahlia has a knife in each hand and she's just walking forward.
All right, here we go. All right. I pick up Addie, put her on my back, and
Okay.
start checking.
And you go. Yeah, you walk into this next train car and there is that guy reading his newspaper and he sort of flips it down in that way that people do. You know what I mean? Like it's up here and then he sort of
Yeah.
flips it down. And he sort of looks at you and then sort of
I catch him before he
Yeah.
flips it back up. And I'm like, you recycle that. You recycle that.
Hey, did you see an orc lady come through here?
He says, "I'm gonna recycle you, pal."
Try me.
He says, "Yeah, she just left." And he points and one of the windows is down.
Was she being
Let's
really
get on
rude?
top of this train.
Yeah, she's he said she came back in, she went out the window. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Seems rude. All right, I'm going to go
Hey.
check.
He flips it back up and he's reading again.
Hey, you
Yeah.
guys chill here. I'm gonna go to the roof of the train.
I'm coming.
Why don't you find snacks, Crumb? No one invited you.
Well, I want to go on the roof of the train.
6 minutes. I gave you 6 minutes on this train.
Look, let her go up. She can be stealthy. We need to go get the snacks because Addie is hungry.
Yeah, she's on your shoulder. She's just going. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
All right.
That sounds like a parent who knows what a child sounds
Yeah.
like when they're hungry.
Yeah. I'm just reciting my morning to you actually right now.
The power of imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. In this fantasy world where toddlers run everything. She's not a toddler. I mean, she's like, yeah, she's older. Yeah.
Knock on the window if you need help.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Dahlia, you climb out and yeah, you can get onto the top of the train if you want.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, first I'm gonna lean out and peek. I'm not gonna just hop up there like a tool. I'm a peek and then I'm gonna go up
Yep.
if it looks safe.
Yeah, you peek out there and you don't see anything. Just the train, lovely countryside rolling by.
No orc lady?
No,
I
you don't
mean,
see an
where's
orc
the
lady. You can't see. So I'm imagining you're sort of like looking out like this. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
yeah, you can't see her from there. You could sort
Okay,
of.
I'm gonna keep crawling out slowly.
Do you want me to describe the landscape to you at all?
Sure.
Any
Okay,
picture.
It's beautiful prairie grasses as
God damn it.
far
Oh
as you
my
can
God.
see.
God damn it.
In
Uh-huh.
every direction, tall
Gosh.
grass prairie that the likes of which you've never seen before. It
Uh-huh.
captures your imagination and just fills you with a sense of wonder and sustenance
Set it
and
on
beauty
fire.
and
Dahlia, you
power.
must.
And if you set it on fire, I'll set you on fire. uh, yeah, it's just tall grass prairie as far as you can see. It's beautiful and
And
wonderful.
Josh's book, Love to the Prairie, is coming
Yeah.
out.
You mean
Yeah,
I
that's
could
right.
get a whole book of this content?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it's grassland as far as you can see.
Mhm.
And actually, you can see the train is starting to sort of curve around, and you can see ahead, maybe a couple miles ahead, off in the distance. You can see a town, a pretty small town, coming up. So you know that you've only got a little bit. But yeah, you crawl up top, and I imagine you're sort of looking around, and you can
Mhm.
see this orc lady. She's maybe 3 cars back, and she's booking it. She's running. She's running.
Hey, wait! And Dahlia runs after her.
God
I
damn it.
assume we hear the yelling.
I was thinking this was going to be like a quiet, nice episode, like some sort of internal thoughts and stuff. Nope.
You underestimated us.
Okay, yeah, you run back, and Crumb and Pre, I think you hear Dahlia.
I try and
You hear her
actually bang my footsteps, like, so I'm not being stealthy. That way they can like hear me.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
gotta go
you
to that
hear.
roof. There's probably snacks on that roof.
All right. Well, I did say that she needed to knock on the window in order for us to help her, but
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
God
Yeah,
damn
are
it.
you?
Little short arms. She can't once she's up top.
She's like 5'4". I like that we have just
She's like
imagined her as a
she's
hobbit.
She's like pretty
A
average
hobbit
height.
with horns.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
average. She's just small for a tiefling.
Yeah,
It's
next to
just
you,
Not
giant.
relative.
that short.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5'4" is not that short, but
It's not, but
next to
for a
you,
tiefling, like,
yeah, next to you, gargantuans. She's
Mhm.
yeah, for a
yeah,
tiefling, she's like a miniature. But
okay. So
but
you're climbing up.
We're climbing up.
Well, I assume we
right.
can't get through the window. We got to go to the end of the car and then climb up the ladder.
Yeah.
You could do it that way if you want.
Yeah.
You could do it that way.
Safety first.
Yeah. So I think in these little sort of adjoining the sort of connector parts,
Mhm.
yeah, you could sort of it's sort of like a little sort of pressure chamber or something like that. So there's a door coming out of one car, a door going into the next, and then on the side there's like a little a little sort of escape hatch that you can go out and climb up if you want. And Pre, from your shoulder, Addie says, "Are we going on top of the train?"
I mean, I could leave you here, but I don't want to leave you. I'm sorry. I know you're hungry,
Yeah.
but we'll just have to
When
wait
you-
until we get into town.
Yeah, when you say I could leave you here, she sort of clings on tighter and she says, "No, I'll go with you."
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. Just hold on as tight as you can.
Yep, she clings on. She clings on pretty tightly.
Okay.
Yeah, you both crawl up there, and you make it on top of the train, and you see it's a pretty big train. It's maybe, I don't know, 35 or 40 cars or something like that, which I guess is maybe pretty big for a passenger train. And you see Dahlia, who's probably on car like 6 or 7 by this point, and then you see that orc woman who's I don't know, 4 or 5 cars ahead of her. She's booking it. They're both running.
wait, I have something to tell you about the Sorcerer King of the Library.
You say that, and what would she do? I think she's just running. She's just running. She doesn't turn around.
I'm really regretting. I had the opportunity to get like this sniper augment to my spell so it would hit anybody 300 feet away. I'm real, man. I was just like this close to getting it.
You just shoot out a long tentacle that goes for 300 feet.
Yeah,
And it's
man.
just-
I
It's
could
just
have
so gross.
missed opportunities.
Yeah, big missed opportunity.
Is Crumb still wearing the harness?
Are you?
I probably am because everything was pretty. We moved pretty fast there at the end. Yeah, and Addie got to hold my leash. So I guess that's flapping behind me in the
Yeah.
on top of the train.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
actually,
not safe.
Yeah.
How long is that leash?
I think it's probably about 15 feet, maybe.
You're gonna let your kid run 15 feet away?
So
You kidding me?
I'm gonna detach the leash part from Crumb,
Okay.
and I'm gonna whip it over at the orc woman's leg.
She's much further than 15 feet away from you right now. You're gonna have to run to catch up with her.
All right.
Yeah, she's probably let's say she's 6 cars ahead of you, like whole cars, and she's maybe 2 cars ahead of Dahlia.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run full speed.
Okay. Okay.
Ask more legs.
Why don't you each do how should we do this? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Each of you roll a dexterity check. And if you get between 1 and 5, you can roll or if you get between 1 and 10, I'll let you roll 1d4, and if you get between 11 and 20, you can roll 2d4, and that number of the d4 will determine how close you get in terms of the number of cars to this person. Okay. All right.
14.
Well, I got a 4, so poopy.
Okay, but you're only 2 cars away, Dahlia. So Pre, you get to roll
a d4.
2d4. Yep.
18.
Okay, you get to roll 2d4 as well. That's nice. All right.
Oh yeah. 7.
Oh, 7. Okay, so you catch up to her.
Dang.
I got a 1, so no, my tiny baby legs are holding me back.
Just running.
What's the
Crumb.
D4?
It's this one. It looks like this. It looks like a little
Little,
pyramid.
it's the one you don't want to step on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that one. Okay.
It's a Lego.
Yeah.
Going all the way at the bottom, of course. Okay.
Caltrop.
Lord. All right, that's a 2.
Okay, and you get to roll 2 of them,
Oh, okay.
right? Because you got a 14.
That's another 2.
Okay, so you were 6 cars behind, so you're still 2 cars back.
Okay.
Dahlia, you are 1 car back.
Yay.
And Crumb, you catch up with her. Your big furry legs were just made for bounding over trains.
I guess I just jump and tackle her, I guess.
You're gonna tackle her on a moving train?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
What yeah. Why don't you make a dexterity saving throw to not roll off this moving train?
Yes.
Oh God.
Glad to. Happy to. Oh! Oh no! Oh!
What did you get?
No. Crumb's dead.
So I rolled a nat 1.
Oh my God. I just wanted to get you to this tiny, cute little town.
How fast is the train going anyway?
It's going like 25 or 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, you know.
And you know what? I want you to roll 2d4.
Uh-huh.
And that's the damage that you're gonna take.
From what?
From rolling off the train.
Did I get her though? Did I
you got her
with me? Okay.
Yep. And
right.
this person that I just made up and don't have a name for is also going to take this damage.
Well, that's okay because I didn't know what we were. Oh, I took 8. That's a full 4 there.
All right. Well, it's good that you just leveled up. All right.
It's a nightmare.
Oh, it hurts. Oh God. Oh.
Is there anybody? Will somebody look to see if there's anybody in the chat right now? Because I can't come up with another goddamn name. I populated this whole fucking town, and I have no more names left in my head. Is there anybody in the chat right now who can come up with a name?
Name someone after a flower, which is the entirety of my book.
Nice.
No, but we do have somebody in the chat who says they want Farah's mic to be pumped. She wants to pump up the volume.
Pump it,
okay.
Farah.
All right.
Jam.
I will.
Pump it up. Lucian says he wants that volume pumped
All right. But there's nobody in the chat currently. That person swooped on in to tell Fair to pump it up and then left.
He's right there. Yeah, he's right
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Lucian
I
could
need
be
a-
the.
I need a name.
Luciana.
I need a name. Yeah,
Luciana. We could name it after this person.
could.
Okay.
Are they giving us? Okay.
You.
I
Her
also.
name is Lucy.
Lucia.
Lucy.
Lucia.
Ooh, I like that.
CIA. Yeah.
Okay, Lucia is good.
Is the volume a little bit better?
That's great.
Can you guys tell?
I think
sounds
you're
good to
a little
me.
clearer.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Yeah. Okay, so Lucia, is that how I should pronounce it? Lucia?
Although now the video is loading for us over here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. We engage with one fan one time, and this is what we get.
That'll teach us.
This is another natural consequence that I'm learning.
God damn it.
Okay, so Lucia takes 8 damage as well, and says, as you capture her, and you two roll off the train, she says, "What in the whole fuck?" As you fall off the train together, and you you just fall off onto the sort of like gravelly slope that leads up to these train tracks, and you roll a little bit. Pri and Dahlia, Pri, from your shoulder, you hear Addie
Just
go.
watch it go.
You hear Addie say, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, a big uh-oh is right.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Maybe
We're gonna have to jump off.
What? You have a child. You can't
Is
jump off with a child.
Is our video back, Dan?
It might
are
be
we-
me.
Oh, is it just
I
you?
think I'm having a little bit of a connection issue.
Oh, I
No.
see.
I'm looking over at the chat. You look
Does it-
good.
Oh, we're happening. It's doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you
okay.
see? Can you see me do this?
I can
Is that-
definitely.
Okay, good. We're back.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We're good. Okay. Yeah. What do you? What do you two go back inside and you say like, well, we're almost at Lazy Lake, so great.
I'm gonna have to jump off. Yeah. So this is gonna be a fun roll.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Why don't you make a dexterity save for this, and we'll make it a relatively difficult one because you are jumping off a moving train with a child on your back. So we'll
Yeah.
say.
Well, I'm gonna tuck her. Like, I'm gonna tuck her onto my front. So I'm gonna probably like whip her over, put her in my front, and kind of do like a barrel roll-esque like roll offs in a way. So that way she doesn't take the brunt. I would take the brunt.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Go ahead. And Dahlia, are you also jumping off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can make the same roll. A dexterity
Just the
save.
dex.
Yep. Just a dex with your dex modifier added to it.
Oh god, because I'm gonna need my modifier. Oh god,
What'd you get?
I got a 9.
Ooh, a 9.
Ooh, this is gonna
Okay.
be
I
a
got
bit of
a
a pinch.
13.
Okay. Dahlia, you can roll just 1d4. and
My
you'll-
dex
Okay.
is okay. It's a 10.
A 10. Yeah, you can also roll 1d4. Or wait,
got
no, a 10.
4.
You can roll 2d4.
Of course. I got a 4.
Okay, so you take 4 damage.
Ouch. Okay.
I took
Yeah.
4 and a 1. So 5.
You take 5 damage. Yeah, you jump off, and you're a little further up than Crumb since you jumped off after him, but you're close enough to see him on the ground, and he's probably sort of grappling and wrestling with this orc woman named Lucia.
How far are we from exactly?
Let's say 20 feet. 20 feet
20
away.
All right.
Yep.
We're running. I ask Addie, are you all right?
She says, yep, and she reaches up and she touches your face maybe or something, and your damage disappears.
Dang, you're the best. Thank you. All right. Hold on
Yeah.
tight. We're running again.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel
I'm gonna say your Uncle Crumb.
As you as you start running, she goes, "Wee." Yeah.
I'm glad someone's enjoying this.
Yeah, she's having fun. Yeah. Yeah, Crumb, what are you doing? Dahlia, are you also running towards Crumb?
I stand up and I'm like, and then I start towards Crumb.
Okay. And Crumb, what about you?
Well, my state is going to match my connection speed at the moment, and
Okay.
it's very poor.
Okay.
Just help me decide what I'm going to do because I'm catching about half of the action. I assume I'm stunned. I'm laying on top of this orc woman.
Yep. You're sort of on top of her, and I think you are. You're both prone. You're both on the ground, and she's kind of trying to wriggle away, but she's also pretty damaged. And you can do whatever you want. I think you are. You're sort of in control of her at the moment because I think you sort of succeeded in catching and tackling her. So you still sort of have the upper hand.
Is it possible to continue just kind of grappling her and then stand up and be like, locate my friends and be like, what are we doing?
Why don't if you want to stand up, why don't you and I do a strength test against each other and see if she can break away from you. Oh, she's gonna win this one.
God.
I roll a 3.
Oh, well, she rolled a 22. So you try and stand up, and she like an eel just sort of slithers. She just slithers right on out. She wiggles right on out. And I think because you rolled a 3,
Well, it's 3 plus 3. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Because you rolled a 6, she is gonna punch you once right in the face.
Oh, it's not necessary.
Punch you right in the face. And she's gonna lean down and say, the Sorcerer King sends his regards. And then she's gonna take off running. And
do I take damage? I might have missed that.
Yeah, you take 2 damage.
2?
2. Yeah, 2.
Right in the kisser.
Yeah, right in the kisser. She's gonna take off running, and Crumb is still prone. Dahlia,
I apologize to her as she. I'm sorry.
she turns around and sort of gives you like a what look, and then she's gone. Dahlia and Pri, are you stopping at Crumb, or are you gonna try and give chase?
I'm gonna drop Addie with Crumb and say,
okay.
Not that you're in any sort of position to do this, but just look after Addie for a hot second.
She looks up at you and she winks.
Thank you.
Like she knows like she's actually going to be the one looking after him, and you see her. She's gonna heal him up.
All right, I ruffle her hair real quick.
Dahlia just keeps on going.
You just keep on going. Okay. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna do a dexterity test.
Okay.
Me as Lucia against both of you, and we'll see how it goes. This is to see if you catch her or not. Okay. All right. So you both roll your dexterity against mine, and I need to actually give her.
My rolls are poop.
Man,
13.
Her rolls are real good. Man, I gotta make rando characters more often.
13 plus 1 is 14.
And what did you get, Dahlia?
A 10 total.
Yeah, bad. So she rolled a 17 plus 2, which is 19.
Oh my god.
She's gone.
So you see her running, and she's sort of running along, and you think like maybe you're gonna catch her. She doesn't really have. Did Dan disappear?
Yeah, Dan, can you still hear us?
Uh-oh.
Oh
no, I was just about to do a cool thing. Oh no. He just wrote and said, "Be right back."
Okay. It's probably gonna fix it.
All right. Can we go to like the starting soon screen maybe for a second until Dan pops back, until we have him back?
Yeah. Let me grab.
Did our tech guru step out for a
Our
second?
tech guru ran out as well.
Oh no.
Oh, everybody's running.
Oh no.
This is a really, really extended run happening over here.
Yeah, just running. It's like the longest cross country meet you've ever been to.
I'm gonna be so freaking hungry after this, or at least
Yeah.
Pre is gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like one of those things where like you start chasing somebody and then you realize like after a little while, like, oh man, this is just going to be a run. It's not like a chase. It's just like, we're just like slowly
Just a
running after each
jog.
other for a very long time.
Through the
It's,
freaking
yeah,
prairie too, so it's just like what, flat? Is it flat land?
it's pretty
And
flat. Yeah, it's pretty
grassy.
flat and grassy.
Grassy. Oh.
Yeah.
But there could be a
Yeah.
gopher hole that you never see coming.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Oh, we've got two. There's Dan.
Ooh,
got-
Dan's back.
He's back.
We
He's
got
back.
2 Dans, which is making the stream look really funny.
Is it? Here, hold on. I'll remove that one.
See if that works.
Hold on. I can, let me see. There we go.
Oh.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think that,
Okay,
that
good.
fixed it. Way to go.
Okay. Dan, can you hear us? Oh, he's still connecting to audio.
Connecting to audio.
Can you hear
Yeah,
us?
Yes,
Hey.
I'm switching whole situations over here. I rolled so bad it knocked out my desktop. That's what they're
From-
critical.
You
Yeah.
rolled so bad that Crumb got a new consciousness.
Yeah, he just had to just be
Yeah.
like
Yep.
transferred into
Downloaded into a new body.
It's a whole
Crumb.
altered carbon kind of situation.
Yeah.
here.
Crumb is a halfling halfling barbarian now. He's sort of cheery. He's very, very sort of put together. He's very,
Pious
very,
even.
very, very type A. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So I hope everybody is okay with taking a really weird semi-tour through my house because I'm about to transfer rooms.
Love
I
it.
love it. I
Don't,
love it.
don't
See,
pay
this is-
attention to the Zoom background, everyone.
This
Nice
is the part where I
fan
play the
artwork.
me music. I should have it ready at all times.
You should. You should. Oh, good. Nice.
All right. Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
we're back.
Do I need to make a roll? Am I winning?
You are doing the opposite of winning, I feel like.
Yeah.
I've ruined this session, it seems like. We
I
are
know.
off
I'm the one
rails.
who jumped on top of the train. So
All right, we're back. We're back. Does the stream look okay?
I think that's Josh's fault for putting us
Yes.
on a train. Of course, we're going to get on top of it.
he should
I
have
just wanted
known.
to see the snack cart.
Look, I merely make the doors for you. It's you who walk through them. Okay. All right. Are we
are
back? We're set. Okay.
Yeah.
did we close
so-
the feed?
Yeah, we're good. I think on the feed, right?
Oh
Yeah.
no! Did the audience get to see my house?
I think so.
Oh, how nice!
Yeah. Yeah, we kept it. We kept it rolling just for
Oh,
you.
great. Okay, well, we probably got a few more subscribers now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's nice.
I
That's
think
how it works. Yeah.
I think like the whole Better Homes and Gardens crew is here.
We're on.
Our sponsor for
Yep.
this week.
We've got
Martha Stewart.
we got Chip and Joanna Gaines. Is that a thing? That's
they
that's who
gonna-
they are, right?
Take out some of the
Mm.
walls.
Long time
Right.
fans of the show.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yep, they've got some ideas for some
And Tom Hanks.
rearranging.
I
And,
forgot.
and Tom Hanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Sorry
chosen one.
again, Tom Hanks. Yeah. So, Crumb, you are still prone on the ground, and Addie is with you now. She is pre-dropped her off, and she's healing you up. So you can heal up all damage.
Oh, I
at this point.
can.
Yep.
I don't think I
Addie's-
deserve that.
Addie says, that was a really good fall off the train. And she pats you on the shoulder in kind of a condescending way.
That's not possible from her.
It's possible, and it happened.
No. no.
And you heal up. Dahlia and Pre are running. They're just running
Mhm.
for the train
Uh-huh.
or for Lucia. And just as you think like we're starting to gain on her, you see this big bat fly in and pick her up
A
and
bat?
and fly off. Yep.
During the day?
I want
During
a
the day.
bat. That's
During the day.
awesome.
Yeah, a bat takes her and away she goes.
Oh,
And-
man.
Ugh. Gods be
It's-
damned.
And she turns as she's flying off, she sort of twists around and says, "What's like a cool parting phrase?"
Smell you later.
Smell you later.
Smell you later.
I feel like it should be something to do with the bat.
Yeah, what's the
She says, what's a good bat thing?
It's a good
She
bat
says,
pun.
She says, I don't know anything about bats.
they're mammals.
Catch you
Yep.
hanging around, or I don't know.
She says,
I applaud that attempt. That was actually pretty good.
I
So
tried.
guano, is there something about guano?
I
we
was
could
trying to
do?
think about guano. I was trying to think about
Yeah.
guano, but I can't get there. She says, I don't know. She says, see you later, suckers. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
The whole time you see her struggling to think of something,
She's like,
and then she
yeah, actually, yeah, this is good. You see her turn around. She's like, and by the time she finally says something, she's too far away. So you just see her mouth and she goes,
What?
and then she's gone.
We're
Yeah, she's gone.
What did you say?
sorry.
Yeah.
Man, what a loser.
Yeah.
She has a cool bat and can't think of a cool bat phrase. She could have prepared.
Yeah.
if I had more
Damn.
spell slots, I would just divine smite her ass. But unfortunately, I really want a snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, now we got to walk all the way to town because Crumb.
Yeah. At this point, the train is gone. It's left you behind.
I was just doing what the team needed. I just sprang into action.
Are there any
Yep.
ships?
What's that?
Are there any ships?
Chip?
Ships? No
Mhm.
ships. No ships. Although fair, that's a good question. It's a good question. And if you're interested in ships on the prairie,
Boy, am I.
yeah, you're going to be very excited when January 2021 comes around. Yeah, there are no ships. Although, wow, what a fantastic idea that is!
I know, right? I
And
just thought of it.
Grass?
It's
ships?
amazing. Grass
amazing.
and ships.
never even
Man,
thought of that before.
what a concept! What a concept that would be.
Blowing
Anyway,
my mind.
thanks for tuning into our fan cast about my as yet unpublished novel.
I'm
Yeah,
so glad
she-
you're
yeah.
sponsoring this episode, Josh.
yeah. Man, I spent all my advance on this. Damn it. Yeah,
God.
you're just standing here. So basically, it's sort of tall grass. So this grass is maybe 10 or 12 feet tall, so it's pretty tall.
Sweet.
And there's sort of a raised railway track running through it. And the train is gone. You could follow it, and you're pretty close to where you were heading anyway.
Okay.
So we
Time
just
to
run on the
walk, I
tracks
guess.
then, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
pick
you
up
don't.
Addie.
You don't run on the tracks. Are you stupid?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. All right, we're gonna follow the side of the tracks. I'll pick up
There
Addie,
you go.
put her on my shoulders now, like on the top.
Nice.
So her head's just
She-
probably bobbing.
Yep. She leans in and she says, "I am still very hungry."
Want to check if this prairie grass is edible?
Do you? Because we can go down that road if you want to. No, I think you're probably at this point maybe like half a mile away from this place. So it's maybe like
We
like
can
a
be
10,
there in
Oh,
like
wait.
10-minute walk or
15 minutes.
something.
Wait a second. Crap. So I'm gonna open up the knapsack.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, you do. You do.
That thing.
it's on Dahlia's back. Dahlia's totally forgotten. I had a feeling. I was like, I feel like I had food, but I don't remember.
You do. Yeah, you've got your nicely packed food. And inside, I think it's a little banged up, but these cans of Fanta are industrial made. They're built for anything, and so they're okay. They're a little banged up, and so you maybe want to sort of pop them a little away from yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got some food in there.
I was so scared you were gonna say that there was like Nature Valley granola bars in there, and then we're gonna have to just like pour out the granola bar dust
Oh God.
for just like
Eat it.
Just get,
yeah,
yeah.
like a granola bar
no.
pixie stick.
No, yeah. You each snort half a granola bar and you ascend into some higher plane of existence. Yeah, I think there's there's some trail mix. There's some nice trail mix in there. And I think there's some cheese and crackers, individually portioned, nice cheese and crackers, and some good cheeses, right? This is not like just sort of like garbage, cheddar. This is like some
Ooh,
good
Gouda.
fancy cheeses. And then some individually wrapped candies.
Dahlia hits that candy.
Yeah, and
I take some of the granola and I just start kind of sifting it around as we walk, just leaving a trail, for the birds.
oh, fantastic.
And all our enemies.
Yes.
Yeah, I love this.
Don't nod 100% surety. Like, why? Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah. This is good. You do it, and you're
Yes, I
sort of
do.
leaving it behind, and you're sort of walking, I imagine, as a group forward.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Crumb, you're doing this, and you look behind yourself at one point, and it's just there's nothing there. And then a little bit further on, you look behind, and there are these brown birds that are probably sort of dog-sized, like medium
That's a
dog
big
size.
range. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So maybe like
Chihuahua, Great Dane.
Yeah. Dogs. It's like a golden retriever sized dog.
That's a big bird.
It's a big bird, and there are a couple of them, and they're brown. Their bodies are sort of brown in various shades, and their heads have these 3 lines of white on them.
Hey,
sort of running
Rick.
here and here, and they're eating away at this. They're eating away at this.
No.
When we say birds, are we
Check
talking like a chicken bird? Are we talking about like a penguin bird? Are we talking about an ostrich bird? Are we talking about like a robin?
These are like a robin. These are actually, they're sort of like, they look like sparrows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like Rick and his boys.
So Rick and his boys, I think, were like parrots, right?
Yeah, but were they humanoid or just giant parrots?
They're giant parrots. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. And these birds are they're eating at the stuff that you're leaving. And yeah, you didn't actually hear them show up, and
They're just there.
They're just there.
So like walked out of the grass or something? Like raptors?
Maybe.
Velociraptors?
Crumb, do you know what those are? I hate this.
Do I know what those are?
And
I assume I do.
An old man on a cane walks out of the grass, and he says, "Dinosaurs." No, I just blended two. Yeah. They're just eating away at the trail mix that you've left behind.
So do I know? I assume I know, given my extensive
what they
woodland experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So these are, I think they're called white-crowned sparrows.
Okay.
And they're a real bird, by the way. We have some out on our feeders right now. They're passing through. But yeah, you know them, and you've never seen them this big before. They're far bigger than they ought to be, but you know that they're a pretty passive bird. That they're going to be more scared of you than you are scared of them.
Yeah, those are what kind of sparrow?
I think white-crowned sparrows.
White-crowned sparrows. These are pretty beefy, a little bit beefier than normal. It's a little abnormally large, but they're pretty chill as far as birds go.
Yeah.
They're a lot bigger than I thought they would be.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it is it's a surprise to you. Yeah. But they don't look like they're particularly menacing. And Addie says, wow, they're pretty. In between, like, just mouthfuls of cheese. She's just eating cheese.
Cool.
Yep. She keeps going, like, she'll take like a cheese and crackers pack and just eat the cheese out and then put the crackers back. And then take another one and eat the cheese out and put the crackers back.
Addie, you gotta eat the crackers. You can't just.
Dahlia's taking the crackers and eating the crackers.
It's a match made in heaven. It's good.
Are there any fruits or meats in this packet or anything?
Yeah, I think there's some nice choice meats. And yeah, there are a couple packs of like grapes, I think.
Addie, you want some grapes?
She says, yeah, let me see how many I can fit in my mouth. And she starts like sticking them in her mouth. And she's like, 1, 2,
Don't
3. I'm like,
choke.
14.
I look at her and like
14.
wordlessly just go, "Love you."
She goes, oh. Oh my gosh. Did you hear that? Did you just hear that loud bang?
No.
A bird just flew into my window.
He's offended by your
What
depiction
a
of
spare-
him.
We need to stop playing. We're starting to impact
Oh,
the real
man.
world.
Man, I feel like I just offended some nature spirit or something. Oh, I hope it's okay. It really hit the window hard. I like saw like feathers sort of shoot up.
Oh my
That's a
God.
nat 1 for flying there.
Yeah.
Uh,
The thing is, we don't clean our windows, so this bird has no excuse. It's not like they're totally pristine clear or
right.
anything.
They're dirty windows.
It's like layers of dust and grime on those
Oh,
things.
sweet babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay,
Well,
so yeah,
good luck to them.
yeah. Good luck.
Sorry to
bird.
that man.
So yeah, you're walking and you're eating, and these birds are sort of like yeah, enjoying the snacks that you're leaving behind.
cool.
Yeah, and I think if you don't want to do anything else, I think we arrive at Lazy Lake. And by the time you get there, I think the train is starting to take off. Actually, how about as you're sort of walking up, you see that guy again, the ticket taker guy, and he's standing out on a platform that the train arrived at, and he's saying, last call, and he's sort of looking around, and he sees you, and he's just like,
I dive into the grass so he doesn't see me.
he just walks back on the train, shaking his head. He's like,
Weirdos.
Weirdos.
he
These
doesn't-
being weirdos.
he doesn't know, he doesn't want to know, he's just is moving on. And
I
the
like
train
him.
the train sort of toot toots and away it goes.
Toot toot bye.
Toot toot. And it sort of chugs off. Yeah.
Love it.
And you arrive at this platform, and it's pretty empty. It's not like a big train station. It's just a platform. And there's like a little information kiosk. And otherwise there's a road that seems to head in toward this town.
Can I just make a little aside for all the aspiring DMs out there?
Yeah.
Note, we were given 6 minutes. 6 minutes on that train. And here we are an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
So think very small.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no way to really predict this, because as a DM myself, I have discovered that you can plan route A, B, C, D, E, and F, and somehow they're going to find a hole that leads to route K.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. So all of my notes for this session, I have like 4.5 pages for notes for this session, and we're not to them yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So,
Sweet.
here we are.
Well, at least we didn't skip them. We haven't
At least
wasted
we-
them. We just
Yet. I mean,
Well,
yet.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, let's just keep going.
Give us-
Let's not
give us-
stop in this town.
I'm not putting it past you. Yeah, you could just. Yep.
Oh, why
Just
not
live-
here?
Let's
We ate.
live life on the rails. Let's follow the tracks wherever
Yeah.
they'll lead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Speaking of rails, I'm gonna fucking railroad you into this town if you try and keep walking. I swear to God. No, you can keep walking if you want. It's up to you. You're on this train track. Yeah. What do you want to do? But just keep in mind, I've got notes for this place.
All right,
I mean, that makes me not want to go.
Think of the
Patrol.
notes.
We're gonna maybe. What time is it?
It's like in the real world or in game.
In game.
Yeah. I think it's like the afternoon. I think it's
Afternoon?
maybe like 1 or 2 o'clock, something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we probably stop by maybe in a tavern or something and get some more information about our next stop? Maybe find out a little bit more about this orc woman that was following us.
Well, we should at least stop and get something to eat.
You mean the 50 crackers you just ate weren't enough?
Yeah, Addie
There
says
wasn't protein on them.
Addie says, "Yeah, I'm hungry."
We must feed the child. We gotta feed this kid.
She's like a well. I don't understand. Where does it go?
She says, that doing that much healing makes me so hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, about that. Can I get a little bit of the juice?
She holds out her fist like this, like a fist bump, and as it happens, yeah, you get healed. Yeah, that same sort of feeling washes over you, and you're healed up. Yeah.
All right, I'll make sure you get some chicken or something good.
Thank you.
All right, let's go.
Let's-
Let's look around, see if we can find a tavern, maybe.
Okay. All right. So this may be unnecessary depending on how much time you yahoos want to spend in this place.
Mhm.
But this week I will post somewhere. I don't know. We'll have to figure out where we want to post this. A map for this town
Ooh.
and some supplemental materials
Whoa.
that I've made.
Wow.
So we should definitely leave right now then.
Please,
Bye bye.
please. Yeah.
Bye,
Cool map, man.
guys.
See you later. Yeah. So you walk in, and I think there's a sort of main street that this this road sort of dovetails with, and it runs kind of into a city square. It kind of circles around in this city square, and it's a pretty small town that's sort of surrounded by these big prairie grasses, and it seems pretty quiet. The streets are wide. It's kind of like your little sort of idyllic, like middle of nowhere town.
Like Little House on the Prairie, kind of.
It's
Get
yeah,
away
it's
from it
more like
all.
yeah, it's more sort of developed than that. It's like sort of Leave It to Beaver-esque, I guess, but without the racism. And so yeah, it's that kind of place, not many houses, maybe, couple thousand people live here. And yeah, it's a pretty quiet place.
What's the tallest structure in the town? Is it like 2 stories, like an inn kind of thing, or?
That's a great question. Yeah, the tallest structure actually sits in the middle of the town square, so the road goes around this structure, and it's a big post office.
And it's like 2 stories tall. Is that
Yeah,
what we're working with?
yeah, it's 2 stories tall. That's right. Yeah, everything else is a single story, and this is like 2.5 stories tall. Yeah, there's like a sort of half-story attic atop it.
Okay. Cool.
And what's everybody's passive perception?
12.
Remember?
Passive perception.
Yeah, it should be like 10 plus your
11.
dexterity.
No,
Okay.
hold on.
Wisdom.
Wisdom
10.
modifier.
It's 10.
10. Okay.
It's your wisdom.
Wisdom modifier plus 10. Yeah.
So mine's a 13 plus 1. Is that helpful?
So it should be.
It's 11.
Should be 11. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 10 plus a. So that it's a base of 10 and then plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
Okay, so it's a plus 1.
Good.
Okay, so it's 11.
Okay.
Right, got it.
So yeah, I think Crumb, you hear a sound. You're sort of maybe standing in this pretty empty town square. You see like a couple of people milling about in front of various establishments, but I think my daughter is awake. Can you hear her talking?
I
back
heard
there?
something, yeah.
Sounds like she's fighting the need to go to the bathroom. So there are like a couple of people milling about, but it's mostly pretty empty. But Crumb, you hear a sound, and it sounds like an engine sort of revving up and getting closer. But it sounds like several of them approaching you.
An engine.
You guys
Okay.
hear that?
No.
It's like a.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. I think that's just Addie's stomach.
Dahlia's too
okay.
busy like
Yeah.
sniffing for chicken. Like,
Eddie is also like,
Couple of
Uh,
puppies.
Is there any indication of anything? I look back. I
yeah,
guess,
you
is
look
it behind us?
you look around, and it's coming from behind you, and you see 4 kids on bikes. and they're riding
Like-
towards
like
you
on
on bicycles.
Oh,
but,
okay.
but they've
They have
got
baseball cards in the spokes.
yeah, they've got baseball cards stuck in the spokes, so they sound like little dirt bikes. Yep.
Yep.
And they're biking towards you, and they're in like there are 4 of them, so they're in like a little sort of flying V formation, and you see that they've each sort of like rigged out their bikes so that they're like little like on the back there's like a spot where you could put like a little toy sword, and so they've all got like wooden swords sticking out ready to have, and they're wearing like cool bandanas, and they just look pretty awesome.
When you say
Pretty
kids, about how old?
Awesome.
They're
What?
probably like 12
Human?
or 13. One of them is human, 2 of them are elves, and one of them is a dwarf. Yeah, 1 human, 2 elves, and a dwarf.
Is there like an alleyway or something I can back into? Because I don't want to mess with these street thugs. These
Nope,
toughs.
there isn't. There isn't where you're at. I mean, you could run away if you want, but there's no sort of an immediate alley. It's pretty open.
I know these types. You can't let them see you run. You know,
Yeah,
like then they
they
smell. They
Can't
smell
let them
blood.
see your weakness. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
I
yeah,
back up against whatever the side of the. I give them as much leeway as possible.
Crumb, are you all right?
You back up against Pri, who's just sort of standing there, like
I don't want to. I don't want to hurt a child.
Why would you hurt a
Then-
child?
then
I
don't
don't
hurt-
understand.
Look at
And
them.
don't hurt a child.
I don't want to hurt a child. I'm
Okay,
telling
well,
you.
I'm glad that you don't want to hurt a
Choose
child
not
because we
to.
have one in our party.
I don't want them to make me hurt. You know, I don't want to hurt a child. Just let me. Just give them space. Just let them.
You know what your
talking about the
problem
kid
is,
on the bike?
Crumb?
What? What's my problem?
I think.
The
Yeah,
problem
go
is
ahead.
that
I
you
don't-
like
I don't know
swallow
what it is.
down all this dark bullshit and you don't let it out. So then when you actually have an issue, you just explode. You have to like not bottle it up. Give yourself an outlet.
For
I'm-
my sake,
I'm
I
s-
really don't want to see any more tentacles.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned by this, like, all this tea being spilled right now.
It's too
Uh,
hot for Crumb.
all this fan, all this fantasy, all this hot fantasy. Yeah, that's where I was going to. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think as this is happening, Addie whispers into your ear, Pri, and she says, "I can't heal emotional trauma."
She's not a psychiatrist.
No one's
man.
expecting you to, my dear. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think these kids, they bike up, and actually as they get close, they're like they get up out of the saddle and they're like really
Oh,
biking towards you.
you gotta watch
and then
out.
they fucking slam on the brakes and
Yep.
skid to they sort of spin to a stop.
Man, these kids are cool. We better watch out,
Yep.
guys.
And the first one, the one who's closest, puts up her she was wearing sunglasses. It's the dwarf. She puts up her sunglasses and she says, "You're new."
Yeah, and you're not even old enough to grow a beard. What do you want?
I don't think she was expecting that. She
Dolly is just like throwing daggers, those little verbal daggers just all
Yeah.
over.
I think one of the elves behind her says, "Oh damn, Alma, she got you." And this dwarf, whose name is Alma,
Hey.
says, "Shut up, Rupert."
Oh no!
Um,
Now you've done it, Dahlia. Now they're gonna have to. Now they've
Shut
been
up,
dissed. They're
Crumb.
gonna have to. They're gonna have to
Yeah.
return it. They're gonna have to return the
Alma-
disc. You gotta watch
Alma,
out.
Alma says, "We run this town, and we do the dissing.
See what I tell you? It's coming.
So why don't you tell us what you're doing here before me and my gang get you in trouble?" And behind
Dahlia
her,
looks like she's gonna say something real cutting, and then she's like, "It was so like not."
yeah, it's like,
She's like, I can't just lay into these kids. They
Yeah. 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 Alma says, "What are you doing here?"
All right, I'm gonna get to my full height, and kind of approach Alma.
Yeah.
We're looking for the tavern.
Alma sort of stands up and she's looking like straight up at you because she's very small. I mean, she's like a 12-year-old dwarf, so she's pretty small.
I'm
but
sorry. Do you need me to bend down?
but she says, "Yeah, why don't you come on down to my level, big lady?"
Yeah, I'm sure you possibly can't hear me from all the way down there. And I'm saying this totally like seriously, not even as a jab.
I think Rupert turns to the other elf and is just like, "Oh shit!" They're kind of into this sort of like Alma getting bagged on, and Alma says, "Why don't you tell me what you're doing here?"
They're just heading to the tavern. We wanted to actually pass through, but there's this thing called a DM that just kind of railroaded us in here, so we're stuck. But unfortunately, now we must go for the tavern. So, if you could
She
at least
says-
direct us, little one, to the tavern, that would be fantastic.
She says, "Yeah, my mom always told me to be sure to listen to your DM and just trust in his opinions and ideas. I'm sure he'll lead you right. It's a good idea." Oh, look at that floofy cat.
what a baby.
Yeah. Alma says, "There's no tavern here. What are you talking about?"
What kind of fantasy town doesn't have a tavern?
We just want some food.
Oh, I think the human in the back says, "Oh, why don't you just go to Ron's?"
Is it good and cheap?
Yeah, I mean, kinda, and yeah.
What kind of
Okay.
establishment is this, and where is it?
What kind of thing do they take as money?
Alma, when you say what, like, where is it? Like, just sort of points, and it's just like one of the places on this square.
Ron's.
Yeah, it just is Ron's. It's like
Get Ron's.
yeah, it's like a pretty small
Flashing.
building. It is based on an actual diner in my town, which is called Don's.
That's cute.
And it's actually pretty awesome. I love eating there. Yeah, it's just like a pretty small, kind of like plain place. And yeah, it says it just says Ron's on the top. And Alma says, "I don't know, they just take memories like everybody else."
Okay.
Ugh.
Pretty standard stuff.
Seems to be.
Yeah, I think now that like they're like this little biker gang is in a place of like showing you around, they just like drop the sort of antagonism there. And Alma says, "We can show you if you want. We can take you over there. We were actually thinking about
Yeah.
going to get some milkshakes."
Oh,
Ooh.
nah,
got
we're
milkshake?
okay. We're fine.
What is a milkshake? What is?
Dude.
How do you shake this milk? Is it good?
Addie says,
Addie
"I
would
would."
like-
Addie says, "I would like a milkshake very much."
Oh yes, then we must get these shake milks. Let's go. Can you show us?
Yeah, Alma says, "You want to ride pegs?"
Yes.
And
Don't,
she points.
don't buy it.
She points. She
Don't-
points,
it's
and
a trick.
she's got
Don't do it.
little pegs on
Talia
the.
is on.
Yeah, you hop on,
Go.
and Alma puts down her shades and she says, "Let's ride." And then she just starts pedaling, but it's pretty slow right away because she doesn't have the strength to like really get going. So
Talia's not helping a bit.
it's like, here we go. Yeah, are the two of you hopping on pegs with them? I mean, you could just walk.
You know,
and
I'm not hopping on those pegs.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
gonna take one look at the like elves' bikes, and I'm like, I'll walk.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you start walking and you actually keep up with them. And it's not very far. It's like 50 feet away, right? But the three who are not, who don't have somebody on their pegs, do that so cool sort of skid to a stop thing. And
Man, that is so cool.
yeah, they pull up right outside of Ron's and they just dump their bikes. They just like toss them in a heap. And they're about to walk in the door, and Alma is telling you, Dahlia, about like how good how good the grilled chicken sandwich is there. It's like
I love
she's like,
chicken.
oh my
man.
gosh, the grilled chicken sandwich is so good. You got to get that and a
I'm gonna get
milkshake,
it.
and you're set for like 3
Yeah.
weeks. It's amazing.
What
It's
about
amazing.
they have like these things called potatoes that they cut up into little slices?
I don't know what that would be.
I
Interesting
like
foreign
I
food.
like
Huh,
I like
cool.
dipping potato
Foreign.
products into the milkshake.
Interesting. That sounds weird, and we don't do that here, so I wouldn't bring that up. That
All
sounds
right,
weird and
okay.
gross. You're about to walk in when a woman comes out of Ron's, and she says, "Whoa, guys! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Sorry, Alma. We're closing down for the day."
On a scale of one to Karen, what does this woman look like?
She's not a Karen. She's definitely not a Karen. No.
Oh my God.
She's human. She has sort of long black hair that's sort of braided in the back, but in a sort of like business-like way. Like she's wearing an apron. She looks like she's been sort of like sweating. She looks like a cook essentially.
Okay.
And yeah, she's she's the opposite of a Karen. And she says, "Whoa, who are your friends? Who are your new friends, Alma?" And Alma says, "Oh, these are just some newbies I found." And this woman looks up at you and says, "Hi, I'm Nadia. This is my establishment. You're new to Lazy Lake?"
You're Ron?
No, Ron. I inherited this place from Ron.
Oh,
Yeah, I own it now, and I run it.
cool. We came for
Welcome.
the milkshakes.
Sorry. Yeah. She's sort of like she's clearly sort of frazzled. She's got like, her hair is like sort of, she's doing that thing where like when you're like really stressed out and you're sort of like running your hands over your face.
Is everything all right? Because is it normal for a place such as yours to close at 2?
She says, actually, weirdly, the Don's in my town has like really weird hours, and it does close at 2 on weekdays. I don't know. Anyway, she says, no,
Sacrilege.
listen, there's just, hey, Alma, could you run over to the post office and see if I've got any mail? Could you and the gang run over there? And Alma says, "You got it," and flips her shades down, and she's like gone immediately.
Man,
And
she's cool. God.
super cool. Yeah, she's super cool. And the other 3, I think, go with her. And Nadia says, "Listen, there's just been a murder, and I got to shut down. It's like,
Wait, there's been a murder in there?
No, not in here, not in my establishment.
Oh.
No, but sort of one of the town sort of patrons, a guy who comes here all the time. He's just been murdered, and they haven't found there's no suspect yet. The murderer is still sort of running around apparently. So I'm just sort of shutting down out of an abundance of caution. I'm really sorry that you came on such a bad day.
Listen,
Very
Ron,
weird small town.
Yeah.
Ron, can we please just have a couple of?
She says, not Ron, still not Ron.
Just a
Not
couple of the shakes. Look at our young companion here. She's very hungry. Very hungry.
Yeah. I think Addie sort of like pouts a little and says, "Please, I'm so hungry."
We'll be out of your hair. We'll even clean up if you want us to,
She says, yeah, you can run in quick. I've got Tony back there. He's cleaning everything up. He might make you one quick. But no food, and you're gonna have to be in and out. We just it's just, this is how a small town works, right? So I guess you can head in if you want. I'm gonna run over next door. You see next door, there's a big building. It's a library. She's gonna say, I'm gonna run over. Argus, who's the guy who's been killed, worked at the library. So I'm gonna go and make sure that everybody's doing okay there.
Wait, this library guy was just killed?
Yeah.
In the library?
No, at his house. I mean, come on.
Just,
Oh.
not tracking
No.
all these proper
Yeah.
nouns.
So
Yeah.
All right, let's get our shake milk things and let's see if we can help these
yeah,
people.
let's get the shake milk.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you go in and it's like a pretty typical sort of greasy spoon diner. Maybe like 8 or 10 tables. There's a counter. It looks like a place that time forgot, essentially. And there's I think there's a tiefling behind the counter who's like cleaning up a little bit, and he says, "Oh, sorry, we're no, he needs a different voice." He says, yeah, sorry, we're closed up. Sorry about that."
But
Can we
Nadia
have
said
3
we could-
shake milks?
Or you can just put it in
Four.
a really big bowl with 5 straws. No, 4 straws.
Or sorry.
5 if you want.
He says,
He can't
he
count.
says, "Oh, Nadia sent you in. She said it's okay. All right, wow."
And we
Yeah,
were
I can
talking
make
to
it.
Ron.
He kind of and he says, "Yeah, I can make you a couple. I can make you a couple milkshakes quick, no problem." Terrible news. Terrible news about Argus. Terrible news.
Yeah. What do
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
afraid
about
we
that
didn't know
guy?
him.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know him either, but you're in a small town, you kind of know everybody a little bit.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Some people are saying it's natural causes, but I know a murder when I hear one. It's definitely murdered.
That's
Definitely.
what Nadia said. What? So why is it a murder?
Yeah, well, he was found with his whole head chopped off. So,
That's that's a murder.
seems like
I
seems
don't know.
like
I've seen some pretty weird things.
somebody said it was supernatural causes, but I know a murder. I know a
Like
murder,
like a supernatural murder.
Yeah, well, he lives next to the haunted house, of course, so
What is going
Um,
on in this town?
This is a weird town. There's a haunted house.
yeah, of course.
I think we
Like,
should
yeah,
just
of
pass
course.
through.
Yeah, we gotta get out
There's
of
a
here.
lot. There's a lot happening in this
Yeah, it's too
strange
much.
little town. It's too
Yeah, you
much.
better just move on. There's just a lot of complicated stuff happening that you could really dig into and figure out, but best just to scooch on, I'd
Just kind of
say.
narratively juicy kind
Yeah.
of events.
This kind of small town murder mystery haunted house stuff is just scooch on past.
You know what we should do? We should get back. We should wait for the next train. We should get on top of it.
Let's not do that ever
Yeah.
again.
Again.
If you do that instead of solving my small town murder mystery puzzle, I will absolutely kill you. I will just kill you.
All right.
Yep. Yeah,
Gauntlet
he says
thrown, challenge
Gauntlet
accepted.
thrown. Yeah, he says yeah, so here's your milkshakes. I think he slides them to you, and he says, I'm gonna keep cleaning up in the back, but yeah, watch out. Somebody's running around cutting folks' heads off. So just be on your lookout.
Dahlia slurps her milkshake. I'd like to see him try.
I think as you're sort of bellying up to these milkshakes, Nadia comes in and she it looks panicked, and she says, "Tony, there's been another murder."
Bum, bum, bum.
Who got
and
murdered?
We'll end it there. We'll end it there. We'll end it there
Someone
for
got
today.
murdered.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm about to murder this milkshake.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm about to cut this milkshake's head off into my tummy. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to Lazy Lake.
Okay.
There's some murders happening that
There's
you
some
could
murders.
ignore if you want in preparation for next section. For next session, I'll just plan out some potential stuff along the railway if you'd like.
Woo!
And we're gonna
Or
get the maps. Potentially,
And
right?
yes, yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, the city maps.
yeah, so tomorrow I will post. So I've just like sort of drew them with like pastels and stuff. So I think I'll try and take a good picture of them with my phone and put it up.
Okay.
And I'll put up some other fun stuff for Lazy Lake to try and entice you to stay here for a little while.
Sounds
Good
good.
luck.
So yeah. All right. So we'll see you next week.
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Bye.
Yeah.
Wait,
Thanks
let
for
me
tuning
see
in,
if I
everybody.
can
Oh yeah.
close the
Yeah.
thing. Hold on.
Go ahead and follow us on all of the social
Yeah.
medias.
Follow us on the social
Soch.
medias.
Yep.
Yeah, on our soch.
Send
our
us.
socias.
You can send us money directly to our Gmail.
Just
I
take
think-
money, and if you
Yeah.
fold it up really tiny, it fits in the computer.
If you take a
And then-
picture of it and then send it to us, it counts.
And then
We
you
can.
you just email it.
All right,
Yeah.
we're signing off.
Okay. Farewell, everyone.
Right.
Okay.
Bye.